A very pleasant good night, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother, Eric Braxton, speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. Speaking to you all in the month of November 2019, reaching out with my right hand of Christianity, reaching out with my right hand of Christian fellowship to my atheist brothers in the UK, Richard Dawkins and Alex O'Connor, and the other atheists throughout England and the rest of the world international community. Richard Dawkins and Alex O'Connor, I want both of you all to know that everything that God creates is intelligently designed, and He's a master designer, fashioner. But keep in mind, He's an invisible God, and everything came from His mind. Yes, He's a being, He's a spirit being from His thinking faculties. But this is as a manifestation of His physical manifestation, the universe and the planets and the stars, Milky Ways, and created Adam and Eve, the Genesis story, historical account of the scriptures, Genesis. He created planets and all these things. All these things are governed by the laws of God. These things did not come out of nothing. There's no Big Bang. Everything, these things come from the mind of God. Yes, and He speaks these things into existence. You all have to accept that by faith. Yes. Yes, all these planets is how big it is, and God has formed a mind, a thought in mind, moon, and He shape out the moon, the size, everything. Speak it, and the big ball of matter come into existence. That the God you're dealing with. It's power to do that. And the scriptures teach us that, so you know no Big Bang. Nothing can come out of nothing. That come out from the mind of God, and it's power God take to do that. A lion? Well, I just read in the Psalms today, and it said God create these things by His power, and He's upholding it by His power. So His power it take to create the planet and the universe, and God is a God of power. It's time you all learn that. The universe can't pop itself into existence. It's power it take to create the universe, and God has power, supreme power, and He create the universe, the moon and stars by His power. Read it in the Psalms, in the 150 Psalms written by David, the servants of God. It said that God created these things by His power, and He's up. And in the book of Hebrews, He's upholding it by His power. So it takes power to create these things, and He's a God of power, because in the very set Psalms it said all power belongs unto God. And in the book of Revelation, the omnipotent God are in it, the all-powerful God are in it. So you see, He has supreme power, and that's why it takes power to create the universe. These things can't come by chance. I want you all to know that. So it's a being that created that, a being with power, which is God. In the book of Revelation, He's the all-powerful God, the omnipotent God are in it. And in the Psalms, David said God created these things by His power, and He's up. Book of Hebrews, He's sustaining it, upholding it by His power. And they talk about all power belongs to God in the book, in the Psalms. So He's a God of power. That is how we bring the universe, and He creates us. And all His species are animals, plant life, everything, intelligently designed by He, God. All right, let us go to the next level now. The animals, all the species are animal, even we ourselves. So all these things is a proof that God exists, physical creation. All the animals are intelligently designed. Don't you know that each animals have different abilities? They did not give themselves these different abilities. It's a God that gave them these abilities. For instance, the elephants have certain type of abilities. The tigers have certain abilities. The Morocco have a certain type of abilities. The giraffe, the crocodiles have different abilities. The cats have different abilities. All these, the spider have different abilities. For instance, the spider, he think the web. You see the spider web? Who give the spider web to think that spider web with the thing coming out of him like springs, and he make a spider to catch fly? They see, they have the instinct, inbuilt instinct God put in them to do certain things. So each species of spider build the web and they catch flies on that to eat. You see? But they can't build it in different shapes. It's only one size all the time because there's only one pattern or design God put in the spider. So that's why you only creating one pattern all the time. Nobody haven't teach you all that? Yes, I have learned that. This little Christian boy, Eric Braxton, I've learned that. And therefore I'm sharing that with you all. Yes, let me teach you all something. You see, each species of spider, the web that each species of spider build in is not the same size as web now. For instance, a certain species of spider will build a certain web, but it's the same size of web he building all the time. And more spider come from his building the same web because God put in that spider to build the web as a certain size. He can't build it more bigger than how it is. That pattern God put in him, he could only do that. And now our next species of spider might be down in, let us say, Argentina. He building a big web, twice as the size of the spider building in Brazil. You see that species down in Argentina, God created that species of spider to build a certain web at a certain size, and that is the only size he could build it. He can't build it in the form of a house, or in the form of a dog, or in the form of a cat. If it is so, he had to build it so, and that is the ability God put in him, so he could only do it that way. Yes! Did you all know that? Yes! Who gave him that? Is God created spider to do that? For instance, look certain birds, this build nests. Each species of birds build a nest different. For instance, if I have a species of bird, I'm teaching you all that. I want to show you everything is intelligently designed by God. Now, if I have a species of bird will build a nest, and he will build the nest the size like this. And this is the only size he could build it. Wrong. He cannot build a nest in the form of what? In the form of a cup. And then he build a next nest looking like a boat. Or he build a next nest looking like what? Looking like a shoes. No, if it is so, that's ability God put in that bird. That's a nest he could only build all the time. And the species like he coming after, that size alone. Now our next species of bird will build his nest in the form of a shoes. And that is only building in us because God put each pattern in each species of bird to build a nest that way. You see? But we are not like them. We could do all different kind of designs. Why they can't do it? You see? Because we are created different to them. No one haven't taught you all that. So learn that, Richard Dawkins. Yes, I know you as a guide of academics, but no one haven't taught you that. Well, look, I'm a little Christian boy. I'm not of academics, but I'm teaching you all something that you all haven't recognized. And you that before to you, my little brother, alexconnor. That before to you too. Observe what I'm saying and go and do the research, and you all see exactly what I'm saying is true. Yes. Each species of bird build a nest at a certain size, and they cannot build it in different shape and fashion how they want, because there's only one pattern to build a nest God put in them, and that is what they have to do all the time. Each species of birds. You all believe in lying. All believe are talking nonsensical foolishness. All believe I'm telling you all something that is not true. Okay, well, go to the birdologist who doing bird studies, and he will tell all the same thing because he know what I'm saying is true. And he have it already in box. Because they're filming the birds and seeing exactly what doing. And we see it on documentary too. Yes, each species of bird building the nest at a certain size, and they can't build it in different shape because there's only one pattern of that nest God put in each bird, and they could only build that nest on one pattern all the time, one pattern. While the next bird is building their nest in the shape of a boat, they could only build it in the size of a boat, but they can't build it smaller or cannot build it bigger. It's one pattern all the time. And that people to all different animals and all the different birds. God give them different abilities to do certain things, but inbuilt abilities, but they could only do it one way. Yeah, okay, I talking nonsense. Okay, Eric Braxton talking nonsense, talking it up or yet. Well, do the research and you'll see, discover what I'm telling you all is the facts. Who give all the different the birds to do that? Are they doing that by guess? No. Could tell you how God created birds and He put that ability in them, that specific ability in each bird to do that. That alone will tell you that God exists, and that is not happening by chance. That is the next evidence to prove that God exists. What else do you all want more? Oh, but that is not enough for you all. It's enough for me. Not for me, this little Christian boy. And I'm sharing that with you all. To all and sundry out there. I was to make this video 5 minutes, but I've already gone to 10 minutes, looking 11 minutes. Okay, so we'll end it at this juncture. We will continue discussion in other videos to come. So shalom peace. See you all in the next video is soon. God is real, His creation is real, and He's the designer, He's the fashioner behind all this creation. All these things came from the mind of God. Yes, we think it come from the foot of God. It don't come no foot of God, it come from the mind of God. From a mind, a thinking faculty is God. He's a being, He's a person. There no ball of matter explode and create these things. That can never happen. A ball of matter doesn't have a thinking faculties, and a ball of matter, out of that ball of matter, cannot come flesh and blood. Flesh and blood had to come from a being to create flesh and blood creatures. And mountains and rivers and planets and all these things. It's the time you all learn that. Time you all learn that and learn that lesson well. And therefore I'm teaching you all that. Whether you all say I am teaching you all, whether you all say Eric Braxton only trying to chew on us as teaching and bully us and force us and want to beat up on us to accept his doctrine, his teaching. My doctrine, my teaching? Not at all. Everything I teach you all is from the Bible. Yes, where think I'm getting it from? That book that you all have rejected and says a pack of fables, that's exactly where I'm getting that from. I want you all to know that. Oh, you better believe this little Christian boy what he teaching you all and telling you all, eh? Shalom peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friends.